Okay. Hey guys, what's up? My name's Art. Today's Monday. It's 4:30. I'm just technically getting off of work. And this whole last couple days has been totally bonker and whacker. Totally bonkers, okay? Hopefully that you guys are all staying safe, not because of COVID-19, but because of people protesting and stupid people rioting and looting and stupid shit like that. I've been triggered the last couple of days. And the funny thing is, I never really thought too much about it until after I was talking with Dynamite Kid 100. So what happened was Sunday. I got up early, went shopping for things to eat for lunch and breakfast for the week. Okay, not a big deal, right? After that, went to get some coffee. Dynamite Kid 100 called. As soon as I got home with my coffee, I sat and talked to him for like 2 hours in my car. I was in my car enjoying the breeze and I talked to him for about 2 hours. And we talked about a lot of things, especially about what's going on with George Floyd. That whole debacle. And the thing is that he said something, and it's like, And all of a sudden, later on last night, a memory I had put away for a long time, resurfaced. It's funny how the mind works sometimes. That all of a sudden, you can suppress certain things for so long because it didn't really bother you too much until something happens, and oh my gosh. Okay, so quick story. About 3 or 4 years ago, I went to go to the store to buy some beer. Okay, and no big deal. Went to buy some beer. My ATM card was compromised. Since it was compromised, they shut it down and they're mailing me a new one. So I needed money in the meantime. So what happens? I went to the bank and took out about $100. Okay, took out $100, stashed $100 at the house, and only took out like $20 at a time. Okay, so that means no matter what, I don't usually walk around with cash. I usually don't. I usually use my card for everything because it's a lot easier. It seems like whenever I have cash, it disappears. No lie. That's why I only use the card. So what happened was, went there, went to the store, grabbed a 6 pack of beer, had my 20, gave it to him so I can break it for change or whatnot. The guy looks at me. He goes, "This is no good. This is no good." And I'm like, "What do you mean this is no good? This is no good. Not real." I'm like, "That better be real. I just got that from the bank a couple days ago. Well, you think the bank is going to give me some fake ass money? You think I'm working with Monopoly money? You think I brought some Monopoly money up in this piece? Like, hey, I'm rich. Here's my Monopoly money. Here." No, I was like, no, that's legit cash. Got it from my bank. The bank teller counted that out and gave it to me in my hand. And if you want to tell me that's fake, I'll go to that bank and I'll complain about that shit. So either you're going to accept this or not. End the story. And I was kind of pissed off. I really was pissed off. Here's the thing. You know why I was pissed off? One, I work at a professional job. I work between 40 to 50 hours a week on average. I use my quote-unquote degree to navigate my job, which my degree has nothing to do with my job. But I get paid professionally. I don't cheat. I don't steal. I don't do any of that shit. But then again, I take out some money from the bank, and this guy's trying to tell me I'm trying to cheat his ass. That's what pissed me off. And I looked up. I said, this shit ain't even worth it. Grabbed my 20, walked out the door. Okay. Now, here's the funny thing about that. Here's the funny thing. That's exactly the same thing that happened with George Floyd. He went to a store to buy cigarettes. The guy wouldn't accept his money, telling him it was fake. He left the store. There was no word of whether or not he took some product and ran off. As far as you know, as far as the story goes so far, is that he left. Nothing. Okay? There's no word, there's nothing that said that he took something from the store without paying for it or whatnot. There's nothing like that. So the shop owner itself had no freaking right to call the police on him. Unless Floyd, damn it, George Floyd, unless he threatened him, or, unless he threatened to harm him or something, that motherfucker had no business calling the police on this guy. Yes, I know I said motherfucker. Because of the fact that, one, it was racially motivated. Now, you might not agree with that. But the idea is this. How would you know if something is racially motivated or racially discriminatory against you if you're not part of that group that's being discriminated? You would never understand. Have I been discriminated against before? Yeah. Is it fun? The answer is no, it's not fun. Sometimes it's really subtle, and sometimes it's right in your face. And when it's right in your face, it's annoying as hell. But the problem is, you can't let that shit get to you. You can't. But some people will not be able to understand that because you're not an ethnic minority. Or unless you see it happen face to face to that ethnic minority. And you say, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Okay? So the guy calls the police. The police finds him across the street. He resists an arrest. Now you think about this. The guy did not call the police on me. I understand that. Luckily. Because otherwise, if the cop would have came to me, I would be kind of pissed off too. Like, why the fuck this guy called the police on me? Why would this guy call the police on? I try to buy some beer. He said my money's no good, and he called the police on me? What the fuck? That's what I would think, and I'm thinking that's who knows what he was thinking? I don't know. If he was kind of drunk or under the influence or something, which is probably he could have been, he's not even thinking clearly. So he probably is like, I'm not doing this because nothing happened. You're harassing me for no apparent reason. And the funny thing is, the way how this is playing out, he was being harassed for no apparent reason because of the fact that he did not take anything from the store, as far as you know. The full story is not out yet. And the funny thing is, if he would have stole something, then I could understand the police going after him. If he threatened to kill this guy or threatened to do something, then I can understand the police going after them. But if that didn't happen, there's no reason for the police to be called. There's no reason for the police to be going there. It's just the fact that somebody felt threatened by a black person, in my opinion, and you call the police. Now, the funny thing is that a lot of people are... Here's the thing. I don't want to say afraid of black people, but they're afraid of what black people might do. Now, for example, people love the Beyoncés. People love the Jay-Z's. They love the LeBron James. They love the James Browns. They love P. Diddy. They love Tupac. They love this person. They love that. They all love those people. Why? Because they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their jobs. And if they do something, their jobs are not even, they're still going to make millions of dollars. But sometimes with me, even if I walk down the street, sometimes I see people see me walking down the street and walk across the street, and go out of their way to avoid me. I see that still, and I'm like, really? This is 2000. This is 2019. This is 2020. You should be above that shit. But I see that on a regular basis. I see it when in certain situations where even at my job it's kind of funny, but I usually act out on that one. But anyway, he resisted arrest. Two police officers grabbed him out of the car, which, think about it. If a police officer comes up to you and say, hey, get out the car or whatever, and you say no, you're technically resisting arrest. And so they have a leeway to get you out of that car. Even though they can't really search your car without a warrant, but because of the fact that you're resisting arrest, it gives them technically carte blanche to do it. Now, I'm not sure on my legal responsibilities or my legal ability on this one, but I've seen this happen on many occasions where they decide I'm going to check your car. How do I know? Well, how many times? Now, the fun thing is when I got pulled over for my 2 DUIs, they searched my damn car. You got me on drunk driving. You don't need to search my car for anything else. But they decided to do it. Was that right? I don't know. Personally, I don't think it was right, but I couldn't stop them. Sorry, I couldn't. Was I going to try to stop them, me being my drunk self that night? There's 7 police officers surrounding me, and I'm a drunk guy. Why would there need to be 7 police officers around me? They think I'm some kind of Bruce Lee motherfucker or some shit like that. They think I'm some kind of Terminator or some shit like that. Or they do it out of precaution to make sure I don't do that. Am I was going to be the next Rodney King? I don't know. I started cracking jokes so that way they wouldn't do that. Yeah, trust me. If you don't understand that, there's a video I talk about that in detail. I'm not going over that shit again. But, think about it. And then what happens, you see different angles of different things where you see them handcuffed, sitting on the floor, sitting on the ground against the wall. You see one part of them where they put it on the back of the police car, or they're taking them out of the police car. I mean, then next you see the infamous neck on the back kind of guy. Well, guess what? This person, you can't choke somebody out like that. Well, here's the problem. Can you really choke out somebody like that? I don't know. Am I going to try it? And to tell you the truth, this one school teacher showed on a video how that's applied. Supposedly, I heard he lost his job because of that. Because he wants to try to see, the thing is that everybody was trying to prove that the police officers were trying to do everything on the best side, and his death was not the police officer's fault. So, and a lot of people would try to. The police officer would try. Sorry, not the police officer. There's people online who's trying to prove that the police officer was in the right, and he didn't die because of that. It helped contribute to his death. He could have had a panic attack, and his heart could have exploded or whatnot. The full autopsy is not there. They say it could be something that was in the system, and if he was, of course he wasn't thinking very clearly. He was not in his right mind. He resisted, but most of the times you see he wasn't resisting. So I mean, and then again, and the problem is when the emergency EMS people came, he was already dead, and they're trying to say no, he died at the hospital. But what happened? They looked, they checked his pulse, and like, he's dead. If you had to get the police officer to move so you could check his ass, come on now. The problem is that those 4 cops had problems, and they had problems, and they had complaints against them. And even though they had all these numerous problems and complaints, they were still on the force. I can understand that. You need people on the force. I understand that. But the problem is that no matter how much, they decide I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to do this the best way I can. No, I'm not saying that. When I say that this is a racial issue, the reason why I say it's a racial issue because of the fact that for the thing is, I said it was a racial issue, and someone said, well, one of the police officers was black, one of them was Asian, so how is that a racial issue? I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, man. Remember, it all started when the shop owner called the police on him. But the problem is you don't know what happened in that store. So I kind of need to know what happened in that store. If you don't want to tell me that, if you want to say that this is not a race issue, if this not partly a race issue, if this is all bad cop scenario, if that's what you want to say, that, then what happened in that store? Why would you call in the first damn place? I don't know. But the thing is that, and the problem is that the way how I look at it, based upon my past experience, I could have been George Floyd. And that's kind of a sobering and scary kind of scenario. That time when I got pulled over for my drunk drivings, that could have been George Floyd. That could have been Rodney King. That could have been any of those guys. That could have been it. When I got pulled over on my new car, because they said my car would match the description of a car that was stolen. Yes, the new car I bought, I have a 2019 Chevy Malibu. I bought it last year. Was it 2018? I can't remember. I know I had it for about 2 years. No, 2017. I'm sorry, 2017 Chevy Malibu. Wow. I had it for 2 years. And then all of a sudden, within the first week, I got pulled over because my car matched the description of a stolen car. The cop was white. Could you imagine how idiotic that kind of sounds? You see Texas license plates, a paper ID, a paper license in the back, which kind of tells you this is a brand new damn car. But this car was stolen. Luckily, I had all the paperwork in the car just in case of stuff like this happening. Oh, no big deal. Oh, but when I tell people that, that was just a bad cop. Really? Really? Because anybody else could sell. I tell you, I could drive around. I see people with a paper license sticker on in the back window. Oh yeah, they just bought that car. Okay, but anyway, unless they thought I bought the car and someone stole it from me. Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. My name doesn't sound like a typical black person's name, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I do feel a little bit better today than I did yesterday. And the video I did, the video I did last night was pushing 40 minutes. And I didn't want to do that, so I deleted that video. I didn't even try to post it. I just deleted it. I wasn't happy with it. And when I did that, I was not in a great frame of mind like I am today. Not like I'm in a great frame of mind any day, but I wasn't in a great frame of mind that day. So, yesterday. So, and the funny thing is that the problem is that you can look at me and what incinerates me. What pisses me off is that when I say this is kind of racial, and people want to say, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Well, here's the question. How can you tell me that it's not when you can never experience any kind of racial discrimination? Tell me, explain that to me, please. Anybody who's watching this video, explain explain to me how something that is not racial, when you can never experience any kind of racial discrimination. For example, one person I know, she told me she was raped. Now, here's the funny thing is that in theory, what's the chances of this girl being raped? It's pretty highly likely that this girl could be raped. But the funny thing is, how can I doubt her that she got raped? Well, what are the chances of me being raped? Well, if I was in prison, pretty high. If I was in prison, very high. But since I'm not in prison, very low. So technically, it's probably like a less than 10% chance of me personally getting raped, unless some kind of situation happens and something happens. But I have to accept that. I can't say no, you're lying, because how can you be raped? How can you be? You're lying. I can't say that because I would never have the experience of being raped. So how can you tell me that anything that's potentially racial is not racial if you don't have that kind of experience, or will ever have that kind of experience? Now, if you could actually explain that to me, please write it down here, so that way everybody can read it and everybody can understand it. Or maybe the stuff that happened to me, it was just bad luck. Was it bad luck? I don't know. Is it my fault that I got a $20 bill from the bank? Was it my fault that I try to pay for something and he tell me I try to do some fake shit? But then again, like I said, the guy realized that, hey, I left. I ain't shopping there. I ain't gonna call the cops on this fool. It is not worth my time. But this guy did. So if it's not racial, if there's no racial component to it, then please help me understand that. And then again, and if you think it is, okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go. It's almost dinner. It's getting close to me getting ready to go to get dinner, or eating dinner, or something like that. But anyway, I am feeling better. Next video is going to be a happier one. Hopefully, most likely it's going to be a happier video. Also, I hope you guys are staying safe, not because of the COVID-19 still, but I hope you're staying safe by not going out to protest. I'm not saying you shouldn't protest, but the chances is that you go out to protest, some asshole is going to try to do something. You know, for example, today, someone had put a video of people breaking into a Nike store, and this guy just filming everybody just going in there and doing shit. You know, and this person brought their kid and told the kid to stay outside. And there's people going in and out grabbing boxes of shoes and shit. And I'm like, damn, are you guys a bunch of fucking savages? This has nothing to do with what the fuck happened. This has nothing to do with his death. You just trying to do that just to you're not doing that for revenge. If you're trying to do that for revenge, you'll be going after the police. If you're trying to do that revenge, you'll be going after the police, but you're not doing that. They got guns. So why are you breaking in these businesses and stealing shit and damaging and vandalizing? These people serve you. These people service you. You buy their services and they service you. That doesn't make no fucking sense. And it makes the protest look like a waste of fucking time. So that means that all those protests doesn't mean a damn fucking thing. But anyway, I'm gonna keep not stopping if I don't stop now. So I'm getting kind of animated. Like when I get kind of fired up and animated like that, who knows what the shit gonna happen out my mouth. Who knows what kind of stuff I will say. Oh my goodness, man! Don't tell me I have to make a third version of this video. No. Hope you guys tune in for the next video. It's gonna be a happier one. If you like my comments, Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know what you think about it. You know, if you say Art, you're fucking an idiot. You don't know what's going on. And if you say, well, Art, maybe based on your past experience, that's why how you see it that way, and you can't stop it. Why not? Let me know what you think. All right, talk to you later.